Okay dokie. Once again behind 721 North Carolina, Louisiana, Missouri, Monday, March 7th. My camera says it's 3:15, but I've been having trouble setting the time on it. Oh, no, that's right. I didn't get here till a little after 2. So, yep, 3:15. And I had to just go home, get my spud bar and my camera. In the event that I'm actually finding something. As you can see, I got a pile of rubble. Some of those stones, yeah, those are looking Privy stony. This is looking like Privy stone. That looks like a Privy stone wall. Stone wall to a Privy right there. With a little bit of luck. And I suspect they may have cemented or mortared in a brick support for a brick outhouse. That's what I'm thinking. A little ways over that way, yesterday, my 5-foot probe found a crease. So far it's just been rubble. But in that crease, my 5-foot probe went down 5 feet to the handle. Came up dark and ashy looking, like something was going on. So anything 5 feet deep, I'm willing to dig. It's the shallow ones that turn out to be nothing, oddly enough. So anyway, my goal today, because it's only 36 degrees and windy, is to determine if this is something here or not. Probing around is almost impossible because it's just solid rubble. Even from the outside, I mean, I'm hitting what feels like a wall 4 feet deep. So right now we're not even 2 foot deep. So onward goes the hunt. I just want to hunt out a hole before Thursday so the PBS crew can get here and see what we're into. And hopefully have an idea what we're into before they show up. That's the whole plan. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care that much. So anyway, there you go. There you have it. Back at you later. Well, alrighty. I can't help but say, well, alrighty. It is Tuesday, March 8th. 10:30 in the morning, and I'm here to widen and open up this hole a bit and see just where the heck our wall ends up. Down just in the shadows there, you can maybe make out part of the wall, and over here, I don't know if that's wall or rubble. I've been pulling out rubble stones that big. Certainly feels like a wall down as deep as I'm going, and not so uncommon. It tends to flare down at the bottom more, or as you get deeper. We're only about halfway to the bottom, and we're already pulling out 1870's pieces and bottles. This bad boy. Nice quart-sized flask that should have had Pike's Peak written all over it somewhere. Has a big split out of the lip, or neck, or top. However, yeah, 1870s all day long, right there. And did dig up a early Heinz and Noble pickle jar, which, from what I have remembered and looked up, predates their bankruptcy of 1874, so, and it's listed as rare. And here's the bottom to another one of those flasks. No writing on this one either. I hope that changes soon. Anyway, we're here to widen it out, not to stand here and gawk at what came out broken. No. And PBS crew showing up in about 48 hours to video it, so I want it looking all nice and pretty and safe. This does not look safe. Even though it is, it doesn't look safe. So we're going to widen it out and make it so we don't have to stand on our heads to dig bottles. Because, you know, when you're head first with your feet sticking up, it looks kind of funny. Like, wait a minute, that's an outhouse. Isn't that supposed to be the other way around? Yes, indeed. Yes, Mildred, it's supposed to be the other way around. Yep. Alrighty. Geez. I don't think I'm a half hour into the dig when I've already uncovered a amber looking whiskey bottle. And hell, I'm barely 2 feet deep here. And that should be mid-1870s. So we're going to dig it out some more till it gets a little loose and bring you back and let you watch me extract the bottle from its prison. Yes. Well, as promised, I got her loose. First bottle out of the hole for the day. And it's not even amber. It's funny how the dirt in the hole can really throw you. Anyway, it does have embossing on the shoulder. It's a 3-piece mold. Somebody and Brothers, Meyer and Brothers. That might be a later bottle thrown away with the fill. I don't think that's 70s, but it could be. I'll have to get a closer look at it. But anyway, yeah, first bottle out of the hole of the day, and it's embossed. And it's old, so shut up, Jack. You can't complain. No, I cannot. Well, alright, boys and girls, for whatever reason, we haven't had a whole lot of opportunities for any in situ shots today. Mostly because we haven't run into a lot of bottles today. This one's embossed, and boy, the pieces that have been coming out right in here are 1860's. So, ooh, it's ready to come. Oh boy, boy, that was heavy. So, wiggling ever so slightly, loaded with embossing. Looks like it's in all there. And that's what that part said, complaints. For lung complaints. Sweet. I have no idea. I don't know who. Nature's Remedy. Oh yeah, Nature's Remedy for lung complaints. By whom? Let's see, who the heck's product is this? Well, I hope you can read it better than I can. My camera seems to be out of focus. McDonald's compound syrup, Trenton, New Jersey, something. Hard to read. Anyway, I don't see any holes in the bottom. I don't know if it's 60s, but it's certainly 70s. Dang. Yeah. Yeah. Take that home all day long. You betcha. Hoo-wee. After 3.5 hours of digging, we haven't dug a whole lot of whole bottles, but we dug a handful that are interesting. Let me see if I can. We got piles of stuff. Got a super early Ayers Hair Vigor. I don't know if they called it Hair Vigor this early or not, but it's definitely a applied top. only embossed on the bottom. An interesting looking extract bottle, but no embossing. One of those bottles from a castor set for your oil and vinegar. And we got a smattering of really crude looking. Look at the crude top on that bad boy. Bluing bottles. In the fill is this Myers Brothers and Company 3-piece mold embossed on the shoulder, as they always are. The interesting ones, we got a J&C McGuire from St. Louis. Not too interesting in and of itself. It's a solid 70s, maybe even a 60s bottle. But they do come in cobalt blue. That's the one I'm looking for. And this bad boy, Eureka, the infallible hair restorative. Those are always cool to find. I think that's older than what the current information on it is. It just comes out of 1860s pits, 1870s, early. And for some reason they say it's newer than that. And here's the cool one of the day for lung complaints. Don't let your lungs complain. Nature's Remedy. McDonald's compound syrup of petroleum from Trenton, New Jersey. A real crude, funky top. Oh boy, that's a cool one there. And just a... Here's a crier. Who knows? That was probably a cathedral pickle. I've been digging up smatterings of cathedral panels. This one's for some sort of trouble. R-A-P-P-E-R, under trouble. I don't know. That's a little sample guy. I don't know what the hell that was for. There's even embossing on the other side, on the back side. Oh, maybe not. Yep, there it is. Anyway, been having fun. All I'm trying to do is find the fourth wall back there. It's definitely a stone liner. And the stones, I don't know why they're overhanging right here. And also, the top 2 feet of the stones are missing, like they went out of their way to knock them into the hole for whatever reason. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm back. Ooh, 6 foot. Still haven't hit the far wall yet. But I think I'm getting close to the bottom, so I don't think it's much deeper than 5, maybe 6 feet. But if it keeps going back that way, it gives all kinds of extra to it. But it only goes back to here, so I don't know. I'm just a little bit less than halfway over into the hole here. And I was just trying to clear out a safe looking pathway for my property owner friend Randy to get into. Anyway, I'm about ready to call it quits for the day. Come back tomorrow, maybe take this top part off. This is all solid tree root right here. All of that dark area. That bad boy is just being stubborn. Not going anywhere without a chainsaw, so you have to make do with it for now. But anyway, it's been a fun dig so far. Found some familiar stuff and some unfamiliar stuff, and it's all 1870s and earlier, so that's what's really good about it. Could be an Indian Queen bitters just around the corner. You never know. You never know. Today is March 9th, 2022 at about 10:30 in the morning. And coincidentally, it's the 1-year anniversary of Taz's passing, my older dog, while I was digging in a similar aged hole in Hannibal this time last year. And I left the dogs in the yard because it was a nice 70-degree day. Tazzy passed away from her cancer in the yard, and the only thing I know is I can guarantee it ain't going to be 70 degrees today, or for the next few days. It's supposed to snow tomorrow evening and Friday. Anyway, I'm basically here to remove a big old stump that's just on the other side of that bucket. The bucket's leaning against it right there, because it is in my way, although I don't know if I can move it or not now that I'm standing here looking at it. But that being said, I'm at least gonna try to open it up in there and create some more daylight, because the hole keeps going back. I haven't hit the far wall yet, and I'm probably about 8 feet back there. Can't see it from here, but old stone liner going that way, so we'll see. Get back to you on that later. Well, okay, second bottle in the hole. It's way up in this fill layer, so I suspect it's 1890's. And typically, rather than spending a whole ton of time, it's a good sized bottle, and I suspect it's a J.H. McLean's cordial, which is a good sized bottle. So rather than wondering, I usually get a piece of metal or a stick, and as you can see, run it down, and this is not long enough. It's a big bottle. But I'm not hitting any dirt or any glass or any obstruction, which usually tells me it's all there. Normally I'd have a wire coat hanger or something and go tink tink, you could feel the bottom. It doesn't mean there's not a hole in the side or something like that, but usually if you're not encountering dirt or a lot of crustulate, it's probably all there. So this is probably all there, but as I mentioned, it's a big bottle, so I'm going to dig it down to where it's loose, and then I'll give it a wiggle with you along. How's that? Best I can do, one-handed. Yeah. Alrighty, I'm back with you. I haven't given it a wiggle yet, but I think it should be ready to come out. There it is. I think I'll move that brick before something bad happens. Give it a wiggle. And that's the blank side, the back side here. I'll be real surprised. Looks just like a McLean's cordial. And drum roll, please, maestro. Bump ba da da. And strengthening cordial. I couldn't remember. And blood purifier. The earlier ones just said strengthening cordial on them. So I know this is a later one. Strangely enough, I've dug up more of the earlier ones than the later ones. Just kind of how it happens sometimes. Anyway, it's a cool bottle. Yeah. 1880s, 1890s, I think more 90s. Yeah. Everything coming out of that upper layer is early 90s. But that's still a sweet looking bottle. Now, I mean, it's not like a Warner's safe cure with a safe or a Even a Kilmer's with a pair of lungs on it. Yeah. Call me when you find one of those. I'll be right over to help you dig the rest of them. Anyway, fun. That's what it's about. Bottles. Hand blown with writing. That's what we're looking for. Okay. I already know this looks totally staged. Trust me, I don't do that. I also wear gloves. For those of you who are wondering, and I got it wiggled sort of loose. I saw this part down here and I thought there's no way in hell that's all there. And I dug it out. Look at that, you can see the juice swirling around inside of it still. Look at that. Oh, a beautiful 1870s whiskey flask. Way up in the upper fill. I mean, it should have said, will a duck swim? Will you take a drink? Will a duck swim? It's about the same age as those. I don't know if I can stand up in the light. Look at that. "150 years ago this thing last saw light." Pretty cool, huh? I think so. Alrighty. We're down in the 70s layer, and this bad boy's got embossing all over it. So, give it a wiggle. Oh, I already know what it is. It's a Tarrant Druggist, I do believe. That's not the early one, because the early one has a Petroleum scar on the base. This one's real close. I'm going to say at least mid-60s. A little disappointing, but because they're awful common. And they're even more common now because I just dug one up to add to the numbers. Anyway, I'll bring it up to the light. Let it have its moment of glory here. And there it is. Another one from the dark depths of the pit. Yeah, the pit. Well, alrighty, it's Thursday afternoon, about 12:45, and I just got done doing a little PBS thing with Illinois Stories and Mark McDonald and his videographer Randy, and in the process dug up the first of any Ponald whole bottles out of here. The nice little flared lip open Ponald puff, and a nice little iron Ponald medicine of sorts, and then a little key mold, early key mold medicine here from probably the early 60s. The Ponald guys are 50s, late 50s, and I think that's all I've dug up is Ponald stuff. Oh gee, too bad, huh? That's pretty cool, actually. And so I guess I'll be taking those home and washing them up and bringing them back for Randy, the homeowner. Absolute proof his house was here by 1850 something. So I think I'm going to jump back down in there, scrape around for a little longer, and call it an early day and go home, because it's starting to snow. It's cold up here, not so bad in the hole. Alrighty, today is Sunday morning. Well, actually it's Sunday afternoon, about 5 minutes past. And I've been gone for 2 days, mainly because it was too cold. I'm covered in snow and everything else. Supposed to get up near 50 or 60 today, so it's already 50 degrees. So I'm going to pull back the tarp, hope it kept it dry, and finish her out today. Hopefully. I expect to. So that's the story of the beast here. Hopefully there's one or two good bottles down at the very bottom, paneled, embossed. The last one down there that I dug up was a Helmbold genuine preparation or something like that. Anyway, it's windy. You probably can't hear a thing. I just started cupping the microphone. So, anyway, about ready to dive in. Alrighty, a rare photo op here. We got a bottle in a nice use layer here. So far it's looking pretty whole. So what I'm going to do is get it to where I wiggle it loose and come back and bring you along with it. Alright. Okay, we're back at it. I don't know that it's loose, but it should be. And it is. And it's all there, looks like. It's sheesh, I can't see what the hell it's got going. Oh, it's a early key mold, that half circle there, and it's just a big unembossed nothing. Boo-hoo, no writing. But it's early 1860s. Sweet spot for some good glass. We're just not finding the good part. Anyway, we are closing in on something good. I got the feeling. Yep. Okay, here are the bottles from the I would call it the McDonald's dig, mainly because of this guy here. This one was one of the first really good bottles out of the whole McDonald's syrup. McDonald's compound syrup of petroleum from Trenton, New Jersey. Nature's remedy for lung complaints. And this one looks like it's from the late 60s, early 70s at least, with a funky hinge mold on the bottom and a pretty crudely applied top on there. That one was one of my favorites. Another one that came out right next to it was this little gun oil bottle. Bailey and Eaton from, oh shoot, I can't remember from where, paraffin gun oil. Straight line diagonal hinge mold there. That's an early guy. A funky applied top. And this Eureka hair bottle, the infallible hair restorative. Almost a paneled base on this. You know, these things typically come out of pretty old pits, usually paneled stuff. The McLean's came out of the top layer. Although I think this one's a bit earlier. It's got a pretty funky looking top to it. AMDHC on the bottom. So I suspect, you know, this one's a bit earlier than most that have the blood purifier added to them. The strengthening cordials were older. The blood purifiers newer. but yeah, this one's got like a streak of green or olive in the neck. Cool bottle. And then this one, this was one of the first ones to come out of the hole. Heinz and Noble, Pittsburgh, PA. These puppies are old because Noble left Heinz. They split up about 1873, I think. And, you know, so that, you know, funky applied top. You know, everything screams 1870s. Sadly, this one does have a hole in the bottom corner. So I'm thinking about probably sending it off for a professional patch job on it. It would be worth it. I think most of these are pretty scarce, if not rare. And I've seen a couple of different styles with Noble embossed with them, and they were a couple of $100 when you find them. So yeah, a good, you know, it'd be worth a patch, I guess. Anyway, the rest of the bottles that you'd see in the video all went to the homeowner, because I really don't have the room for a lot of unembossed bottles, especially, I mean, even if they're paneled, you know. I'm at that point where I have to be picky, kind of. So this was my pick. And that's it for now.